Now we are getting a caller from Hyderabad. Hi, Ajay.
Madam, good evening, madam.
Good evening. How can we help you?
So, madam, I want to buy 2,000 shares of GMR Airports.
You have bought 2,000 shares of GMR Airports?
No, I am willing to buy.
You're
madam.
willing to buy, all right.
Yeah. Few months back, GQG partners also invested in this at 95 or 85 levels.
Right. So you want to hold for a long term or a short term?
Long term only, more than 2-3 years, madam. What will be the future of that one?
All right.
And also government planning to enlarge airports. No, you know.
Yeah. So I'd like to I'd like to go across to Manish on this one because he's asking for a long-term view. So how are GMR Airports performance looking to you, and what's the future for it?
I think if I talk about GMR Airports, I think still the company hasn't achieved profitability. So I think that's still some time away, and with the kind of debt it is accumulating each year, I feel that it is better to avoid uh, GMR Airport at this point in time. At least I would wait for some clarity on the profitability front, and I think there are better plays in the air space, and my top pick to play directly on the kind of uh, this air, the whole air, the airline space would be, I think Indigo is one stock, I think, which I'm bullish on. I feel the kind of occupancy and the kind of the fares which are doing, I think Interglobe, I think, is a better play from a 1 year perspective.
Right. That's the view from Manish, but it's interesting. Jefferies came out with a note today on the tourism space, and they have a very strong buy on GMR Airports with a price target of 110, of 42% upside. What they're saying is that GMR infrastructure stands out in the airport segment, leveraging its monopolistic business model and benefiting from India's underpenetrated aviation market. They've also said that they expect GMR to deliver a 30% EBITDA CAGR between FY24 to 27. So it's a contrary view, but an interesting one. Moving on to the next caller, Amit from Hyderabad is calling in. Amit, a very good evening to you. How can we help you?
Yeah, hello ma'am, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Ma'am, my query is about IIFL Capital. I
Okay.
wanted to know how fundamental, strong company it is, and can I hold it for long term? I have about 200 shares, average price over 54 or 60, in between that.
All right, and I'm seeing right. Okay, and I'm seeing that you have good profits already, which are unrealized ones, but you're sitting on almost 50K profits as we speak. You want a fundamental view on this. Just before I move on to the guest, I just wanted to know, Amit, any specific reason behind buying IIFL Capital Services? Have you studied the company?
I studied a little bit. I'm very bullish on few of the sectors, like the financial services sectors, all the defense sectors. So I have a lot of stocks compared to like HAL, Mazgaon Dock, and then the financial sectors. I have stock of BSC, and then IIFL Capital, and then the steel sector, of course, like Giant Tech Vedanta. So I have few sectors in my mind, and this is one of my preferred sectors.
All right. Amit, I think you've done your research well. Manish, I'll come to you again. Ravi, sorry for keeping you wait. We have a lot of fundamental queries that are coming in. But Manish, your view on IIFL Capital Services?
I think IIFL Capital and all the broking companies are going to a green patch, if I can call it. I think the kind of F&O volumes which have been generated, I think all these companies are benefiting big time from this. And despite some SEBI restrictions which have come into play in the last few months, I feel the long-term trajectory for the Indian financialization, if I can call it, is still the total addressable market for me is still very huge. And I feel with the kind of numbers and with the kind of return ratios which IIFL Capital has delivered in the past, I think that trajectory is still intact. And from a long-term perspective, I am definitely, it's a hold for me.